go to Muslim schools. Meaning that it is fundamentally haram for us to put our children in non-Muslim schools. People might say, oh, you've gone to an extreme, that's too much. No, it is haram. It is not permissible unless a person has no other options. You are forced. And we say even if you're forced, then teach them at home. And if you can't, you can do so much, you do as much as you can. But the idea of putting Muslim children in non-Muslim schools is spiritual suicide. That's what it is. Spiritual suicide. And this is the big challenge that Muslim community here in Toronto is faced with. Many of the Muslim schools don't even have enough students to be able to balance the budget. Most young people are not going to Muslim schools. And this is a major crime. And the sin of it falls on the community as a whole. Those who have the means and the ability to correct it and do not, they carry the major sin. Those who don't have the means and the ability, then of course Allah is most merciful. But this is an obligation to develop alternative schools to ensure that the generation which is coming up comes up conscious of Allah, conscious of Islam, righteous Muslims with correct morals, at the same time educated. I'm not saying create madrasas where you're only teaching Islamic. No. It should be modern international type schools where Islam is taught and all the other subjects are taught, but everything is from an Islamic perspective. That is the right of our children to receive that. In the end, in closing, the last principle for planning that we have to keep in mind is that we have to set a time frame. We don't have all the time in the world. And that's why Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had said, نِعْمَتَانِ مَغْبُونٌ فِيهِمَا كَثِيرٌ مِنَ النَّاسِ. There are two blessings from God that most people are deluded about. الصِّحَّةُ وَالْفَرَاغُ. Good health and spare time. We have to realize that there really is no such thing for a Muslim as spare time. We don't have time to kill, as they say. No. Every minute counts. Every second that goes by is a second lost. So as a Muslim, we have to manage our time wisely. We will be asked on the Day of Judgment about our time and how we spent it. So, this is the summary of what I wanted to share with you this afternoon, that planning is an obligation on us. If we are to successfully leave this life to a greater success in the next. I ask Allah to give us the realization and the importance of planning and to prepare ourselves properly for the hereafter, to dedicate ourselves to Islam and to fulfill our responsibilities in a systematic and planned way. Barakallahu fikum. May Allah bless you all and keep me in your prayers as I keep you in mine. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.